Hi and welcome to Nerdy Gamers. The game today we're going to be playing is Weird Worlds Return to Infinite Space. Now, I've already done a review of this a while ago for one of the indie bundles, and it's a game that I've been wanting to come back and actually play through, so I've got some time at the moment because I'm kind of got nothing else to do at the moment. I've done my very long week at work, so all ready to actually spend some time playing some games because it has been over a week really. So yes, the game is a very straightforward game, pretty simple. We're not going to go for the largest size because I kind of want to get through this relatively quickly. We're going to go for a medium sized game with pretty normal everything else, and we're going to go for the actual combat ship because I find it's one of the most useful actual ships there. So this is how you set up your game. You get choices of 3 different ships. They have some different abilities. This can have more guns. I think this can have some more equipment. This can carry more special items or something like that. But I tend to go for the more weapon heavy because it becomes just so much more useful in a long-term game. And different sizes means actually affects the length of your game. If you notice, large size is 30 years, small size is 10 years, and this is 20 years. One of the reasons why I actually got this game is because I remember playing the demo of it ages ago, and it was published by Shrapnel Games, and they've released some really good games over the years. One of my favourites is actually the Space Empire series, both 3 and 4, which I've played. 3 was a very nice, simple game, but 4 had more depth, and they did get rid of a couple of some of the really hideously overpowered stuff in the game, such as fighters. Fighters were just basically 1 year the game. Okay, we're not going to go on to tutorial, and we're just going to get started. A little bit of gumph saying basically go out there and research get hold of as much stuff as you can. Now I'm going to go have a look at my ship here. Now, as you can see, I've got 3 weapons up here. These are the triangles. These little symbols represent your engines. Your hyperdrive. These represent your sublight drives, and this is special equipment that you can use. You can also see you can carry a limited amount of cargo. Now, we've got a couple of guns. We are going to get rid of some of them. They're all 2-pointers. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace them. See, as you can see, as I put the pointers down here, I get these little symbols which represent credit that I've got with the planet. And as you can see, I'm picking up a 3-pointer gun and a 1-pointer gun. Now, trading is not always done on a 1-to-1 basis. Sometimes you can trade a 1-point item for a 5-point item. So actually having a collection of very cheap items that you can use, very handy. Now just have a quick look around the map. There's a big, nice, thick concentration of stuff over here. So we're going to actually fly over here. Now this is black hole. Our path is going to take us nowhere near it, so we can fly past without any particular issues. Now, we've just reached a new system, and they're showing there's some sort of presence here. So we're going to engage, and this is basically our first enemies. We're going to just leave, not ready to get into a confrontation with anybody at the moment. So there's nothing we can really do there. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to try and come around this way. No, we have to go back there. It's going to take us straight through a black hole, and we can't possibly survive that. What we can do though is fly just along that side and make it to this planet. Now I'm hoping, oh that's awesome. Now occasionally when you come to a planet, you'll just find an item like this. Now whilst it shows in a square box, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a square item. Which is just like a trade good. That was actually a useful item, the quantum renderer array. Basically, it tells you where baddies are or other races are. So as soon as I equip it, basically every ship place that has a ship we can now see. Means we can avoid unfortunate confrontations. Now also, if you can see how far we got to travel, 129 days. I mean, at the moment, it's worth going to some of these to find out what's actually there, because some of them are actually friendly, some of them are hostile, and there is a very important race that we need to try and meet. They're kind of like a bird-like creature. Now this is not going to be them, it's the Zorg. We don't want to get into a fight with the Zorg at the moment, so we're just going to leave them. We're looking for a single dot like that, and these are the people that we're after. Because when we meet them, they give the Klaxar beacon. You can also usually get some free items. Now here you get a trade. Now we can trade any item for any item. So Nebula Ramjet, what we can do is take on our good old fashioned standard drive and just replace it. So we now move really fast through a nebula. And what else have we got? We got a plasma coil cloaker. That sounds good. We'll grab one of those, equip that. We've also got a 1-point weapon. We could replace that with a 2-point weapon, or we could get a 4-point item. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop that off, grab a 4-point item, and just grab hold of it. Because then, later on, when we trade, we might be able to find a planet where we can sell it for 4 credits worth of items. Now, this is good. This is an NPC. Now we can hire this NPC by grabbing an item, dropping them on, and then they accept it. And if you notice, we haven't actually lost the item. It's still equipped. And what they do is they equip it. Now this little item, this little curved item, is a special ability. Now if we use it, the Klaxar actually turn up to our location when we're in this map, and we can actually trade with them. If you do it in combat, they will fight for you, but if they get destroyed, that's it. Now the Chromium Gong, now this is awesome. You use that in a combat and you are basically guaranteed to defeat 1 spaceship without any trouble. So what we do is we come in, we do that, and we use this. That means we should now have no trouble with this creature whatsoever. Still going to be a little bit careful, so we're going to actually send them off over there. We are going to use our plasma cloaker. And you see that? We sort of silhouette out. Baddies can't tell where we are. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to board this vessel. And if we can board it, we can usually pick up some loot off it. So I kind of hit it as soon as I could, just so I didn't actually have to deal with the fight. It just takes a little while, unfortunately, when you get to some of this stage, but not much else we can do. Just going to slow it down. Be prepared, because you never know, I might have done it too early, it might still be able to fight, but it looks like we're not going to have any trouble. And there we go. And eventually, there we go. And we have boarded. And that means we get access to its equipment. So it's a 1-point item and a 2-point item. Because it costs us no time, we'll grab hold of them and we'll start trading again. So we'll get rid of this 1-point item, trade it for any 3-point item. Let's just find out what this does. Nullifies the pull of a black hole for your entire fleet. So we equip that. And no one in our entire fleet, we can now just fly through black holes, no problems whatsoever. Now, is there a 3-point item anywhere? No. But what we can do is swap that for a 2-point weapon. It just gives us a better array of weapons. So we'll be a little bit better suited to actually getting into a fight. Yeah, we'll engage, talk to them. We're not going to survive that fight. It's just not hope in hell. There's just way too many. Lots of fighters, lots of other creatures. Yes, we're not also going to survive a fight there. So what we're going to do is, you see, no slowdown during that nebula. Nothing there, really. I believe there was only a single creature here, so we can engage this one. We're going to stay. But what we'll do this time is we'll use the Chromium Gong. And look, hey presto, we win the fight without even having to try. Basically, a single creature we can just outright defeat. Oh, there we go. This actually allows us to repair items. Now, I'm dumping all of these good items on our ship. We are kind of the important one. Now we're halfway through our time, but fortunately things can't... now this is a swap meet. So we can swap 1 for 1. So we can take shield, replace it for a better shield. Actually, what we really should do is put the shield on ours. No, it doesn't really matter. We've got got a good shield. Either way, multi-drone repair bot, a mnemonic sequencer. What we'll do is we'll grab that. That's actually slightly better. And then meteorite gun is a very, very nice weapon. And what we'll do is we'll take out the plasma torch for this. And so we've kind of got the best array of weapons that we can at the moment. We've got nothing spare to trade, so we're just going to have to go fly around and see what we can find. Now, in order to get the best score, what we really need to do is... Can we give him the fusion rack? Okay, that gives us a fighter. Not exactly the best of things. They're very squishy, very easily killed. But it just gives us another ship in our fleet. A signature projector. That's another item that we'll dump on our ship. Eventually I'll start spreading them out. We do have to keep an eye on the time, because if we can get back to our home planet within the time, then we get a bonus. Now let's see. They don't actually have any hyperdrive units. What we can do, for instance, is get him a shield. It's not going to be a lot, but it could mean the difference between losing the fighter and not losing the fighter. And so even though we're halfway through, we're making good time now. What we're doing, I keep bringing these guys along, because just trying to make sure we got the best of everything when we can afford it. Just basically any time we can swap. Just want to make sure we've constantly got all the guns that we can get hold of, everything really. Now, kind of hoping for a single target. No, they are going to be hostile. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to slap off this and go into full retreat. So we do lose the time, but we have reduced the number of ships down by 1. And this is just giving us our warning, and then we're going to slap that out, go into full retreat, so that the next time we come back we only have to deal with 1 less. So what we're going to do, actually, before we do anything else, we're going to go fly to this planet. It means we've got less distance to travel. And let's just see how long it'll take us to get back home. 700 days, 1,000 days. So we don't have much longer. There's a few items that we can find, which if we can find them, Zorg and Zorg, I think we'll avoid that. Yeah, if we can find it, though it's looking a bit slim now. For instance, if we could get the hyperdrive, we could explore... Ooh. Interesting item, but doesn't exactly do anything. Let's just see if we can trade it for anything useful. No, that's probably the most useful thing that we can do with it. Yeah, basically, with the amount of time that we got left, we kind of pretty much got to go straight back. I think we got enough time to just go to this place. We managed to get another person in our fleet, so we got some fleet points effectively, but not much else we can really do. We can probably, we're going back. We can probably take on this fight. They decided to be peaceful, and so we've got hold of the Sardonia Optimizer. Let's see. I don't think we've got time. We can go back here. That's about it. Just going to bring our allies back. And then we're going to retire. Yes, because this will give us our best score. And what it does, it gives you a total breakdown on the number of ships you've got in the fleet, how much you've explored, alien races you've talked about with, technology that you've managed to acquire, your initial costs, and that gives you a grand total. So we managed to get 11,778 Starbucks, which on the medium map is one of our best. As you can see, I've played a lot of small and large maps. And small maps, that's actually a very good score, considering. And a large map, that's a very good score, considering. That's basically returned. You can see, return to hope. You get a lot more points. And over here, this was just our first one. Okay, so this has been a little look at Weird Worlds, Return to Infinite Space. I will no doubt do some more games here and there. I like to have a little play around with some now and again. Okay, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.